How often should I be going out per week? Should I go out every day, every once in a while, every weekend, 2-3 times a week? Look, how many times you should go out really depends on how much you can actually do. At the end of the day, you don't want to make this a super priority where it starts to actually fuck up all the other areas of your life. Because a lot of times you go out, and you don't want that to damage your job or whatever it is you're making money with or any other activities. You don't want to get so intrinsically on going out, so obsessed with going out and getting girls that you forget all the rest. Right? Because I doubt that all you want to do is like just swim in a river of pussy and like all day. I'm not lying, that sounds pretty good. Like just swimming in a river of pussy. No, but at the end of the day, it's like you don't want to just like be fully going out all the time. Just as much as you can without losing that fine, like quote unquote balance. But the key is also not just how many times you actually go out, how intense and how deliberate you are with the time that you go out. If you go out 2 times per week, Friday, Saturday, 3 hours per day, that's 6 hours a week. That is more than enough for you to work on the shit. But you have to go at it. You can't just go there and just meander do an approach, meander 30 minutes, do another approach, meander 30 minutes. Like you only do 4 approaches. If you want to get really, really obsessed with it, you can really just put in a timer and only count the timer on for when you are in set, or count it when you're not talking to people. Then and only then will you know how much time you're actually wasting, because otherwise you're not going out. And you need to maximize how much practice you have. You only do that by going out, talking to as much people as you can, as many times as you can. Which means you go approach, rejected, okay, bam, approach, rejected, bam, approach, rejected, bam, 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 bam. And you're just going. And then you stop it, you go out. Now, if you're in an interaction, you finish that interaction or you let it play out and then you go. And that's it. You don't have to go out 10 hours a day. If you have to do that, you're probably meandering too much. At least once a week, 3 hours at least. Approach. Go to a place where you have a ton of volume, which means a ton of people, whichever street you live in, and make sure there's a lot of anonymity to it. I remember the first time I went out and I actually approached in sort of like a right way. I was very far away from home, which meant that my brain knew that if I fucked it up, I wasn't going to meet any other girls I knew. So it allowed me to kind of play this dance and song and be very retarded, which is what you want to do. Okay, so anonymity, high volume, those are the 2 keys. And also preferably somewhere where there's a lot of inflow of people. You understand? You don't want to just stay in a bar where people don't really go in and go out. That's why this street is great, because there's a lot of people circulating, which means that you can talk to one person, talk to the person, and when you go back, the other person's not going to be there. Constant movement. That's also a good one. But yeah, don't stress it out. Just as long as you go out and your intention is there and you're actually doing it for real, you'll be fine. What else? What's the best? This question is really funny. What's the best pickup line? The best pickup line to approach is that's the best pickup line. No. How long should your interactions be? Okay, that's a good one. How long should your interactions be when it comes to talking to a girl? You should not measure them in terms of time. You should not be counting your time. The only thing that matters is how you feel in the moment and how the girl feels in the moment, or girls. And so how long should an interaction last? It should last for as long as you're both enjoying the interaction. If you're both enjoying it and it keeps progressing, that's important. You're not just sort of staling around, you keep advancing, you keep escalating. As long as it feels right in the moment. Because it doesn't matter if you're staying there 1 minute, 10 minutes, 10 hours talking to the same person. If it feels good, if you're both enjoying it, keep going. Don't stop. The last thing you want to do is have a girl like you. Everything's going great. And then it's like, oh, it's been 20 minutes, bye. Don't do it. Or it's been 20 minutes, I haven't done anything, bye. It's like, as long as you keep escalating and keep fucking around and finding out, you're fine. So as long as she's talking to you and you like it, go. Because you will learn more from a complete interaction, like actual approaching, midterm, long term, like in the interaction, and actually going all the way, seeing it to the end, getting the thing. You'll learn more from that than from you just approaching a little bit and then approaching a little bit and then approaching a little bit and then approaching a little bit. You won't really learn because there's stages to this. And even though you're flowing, you still you'll get more, right? You learn more about surfing when you paddle in, you pop up, you ride the wave, and then you exit the wave. Because what you're doing is you're paddling up, and then, I paddle, and then you stop, and then you paddle again, and then you stop, and then you paddle again, and then you stop. And it's like you learn more just going through it all the way. How do I know which type of girls will like me before I approach? You won't. You won't know. And that's the whole thing. Remember, fuck around and find out. You want to just approach. It's like you don't know. You don't really know. Times you look at a girl, right? You think she's too hot for you. You go and approach and she likes you. Sometimes you say, oh, this is in the bag. Easy. Don't like you. You don't really know. You will never know. The only way you know is you fuck around and find out. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to predate action with knowledge, and that'll never happen. You're trying to preview what's going to happen, and you're trying to get the signal, and you won't. Because remember this, you will not know until you go, right? You do not know what's around the corner until you actually go around the corner. And you also don't know what the fuck's going on until you go and find out. Fuck around, find out. Because guess what? For example, you may see this girl, she's kind of hot. She's got this mean look. You don't know if she just hit her arm with a sign. Like, how do you know? You don't know if someone puked and she's a little disgusted by it. Has nothing to do with you or her overall state of the night. You need to go and find out. The truth is, there's absolutely no way to know if a girl's into you before you go talk to her. Because you want to know how you know she's into you. You talk to her, and if she doesn't slap you in the face, she's into you. Is there a specific type of girl that you like? What? That's better. Is there a specific type of girl that you like that's better for you to approach? Like this type of girls are more receptive to approach? No. No, there aren't. There aren't. Not at all. And by the way, the question was, is there any type of girl that is like way more receptive? Like perhaps white girls, like, I don't know. No, all girls are just as equally as receptive as your emotional state. There have been many, many, many times where you will approach someone. You have no fucking clue. They're not your type. You think they're not going to like you, and they like you. And they make exceptions. Happens all the time. Oh, I've never dated a guy younger than me. I usually go home with a guy older than me or younger. I've never dated an older guy. It's all bullshit. Girls will respond to your state. There isn't a single preference. It's all a lie. Girls don't have preferences. The only preference is how you make them feel. That's it. And which means that there isn't a single group. How often? Okay, I already answered that question. Come on, guys, new questions. Should I be worried about boyfriends? Oh, that's an amazing question. Should I be worried about boyfriends? Boyfriends coming to beat the shit out of me? No. I mean, you shouldn't be like a turd in the wind, like, no. Like, always be aware of what's going on, But it's very rare that you'll actually get in a fight because of a boyfriend. Because usually it's either going to go two ways. The girl's going to just reject you flat out because the boyfriend's right there. Or the girl will leave the boyfriend, go talk to you. But it's very rare that the boyfriend will take some physical action with you. It's extremely rare, almost never happens. I've never seen it. Well, once I saw it, but it wasn't even a boyfriend. It was just crazy dude. It can happen, yes, but it should not be hindering you. Because in order for that to happen, you have to be so far down, and it has to be something where it's like really one of a kind. Like it usually doesn't happen at all. So don't worry about that. Like just go, approach, have fun. That's it. And here's another thing. People will rarely go from 0 to 100 real quick. People will rarely ever just sucker punch you. They usually look at you like square up because nobody actually wants to fight. That's the key. Nobody actually wants to fight. I don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. Nobody wants to fight. Okay. So just remember, like this image that you have in your head, everybody has it. That they're just going to be talking to a girl and then they're going to get punched in the face out of the blue. It's not going to happen. It just won't happen. What? Is there any relationship between marketing and getting women? Like, can we use some like? Yes and no. Like, can you use marketing to get a girl? What do you mean? Can I use like marketing strategies, like features and benefits? No. No, your frame is wrong. That's a very deep question, and it's a question long enough for a video, but you don't ever want to just flat out try to use marketing or sell shit. Because what you're implying there with, can I use features and benefits? Is you're a very smart guy, by the way. You're really smart. But what at the end of the day, what that implies is that you're here and the girl's here. And so you're trying to use it to get her to come down. Because once you flip the frame and you're here and she's here, you need to be asking yourself, what type of marketing strategies would this girl be using to get me? Right? Features and benefits, you're qualifying yourself. The girl should be giving you her features and benefits. Okay? It's a deeper topic. Sales, communication. Is communication? I don't understand. I just want to do sales. This will help you with sales. It's communication at the end of the day. Your vibe carries a lot in sales. Like there are guys without scripts that can close. Why? They have good energy. And that's all that matters, your energy at the end of the day. You know, do you believe this will work? Can you talk with certainty? And certainty doesn't mean you scream at the camera like this. It just means that you have this innate sense that, okay, this will work. You will watch. You will buy. You like me. You this. And you actually learn that in the fire. Cold approach. Because you go out and girls are very good at this because they give immediate feedback. If you're even 1% off, if you're even 1% think it will fail when you go up and cold approach a girl in a night environment, you'll get rejected or you won't get the thing you want. That's how you see this weird, like almost voodoo type shit magic where a guy comes in, doesn't speak and just makes out with a girl is because there's no doubt in his mind. And then the girl responds to that. And if a girl responds to that like that, imagine how a guy will respond in a sales environment. You can close anybody, even speaking in like not that good of a tone. I'm not speaking that much here. I don't have a script. I'm just answering the questions. I don't have a script. I'm just riffing. My vibe does a lot of the caring here. I don't have to scream. I don't have to be all in the camera's face like this. I can just be chill. You understand? And if I have to capture your attention, I can do that too. Like I can't scream in the mic, right? But go up to a girl and be like, could you imagine going up to a girl and be like, that'd be funny. That would actually be funny. Don't do that, by the way. You don't have the knife for that. Or you can just deface it like. See, all that is good. Like, you need to be able to play around and be silly. Because a lot of guys take themselves too seriously with this shit, right? They're trying to be like all uptight, flexing their muscles. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's John. I have a car. I have mansion. I'm 6'4", 225, 6 inches. And they try to just name these logical things in the head of the girl. It's like the girl doesn't give a fuck, bro. Like she doesn't care. And then you have this retard over there. Hey, how's it going? Like doing all this crazy. It's kind of fun to hear, right? But they're just doing all this crazy shit, and they get the girl. Like the guys that get the girls are so retarded. They're so retarded. I know a guy who doesn't know game. He thinks this shit's ridiculous. He's the most retarded idiot you will ever meet, and he gets the most amount of women ever because he's just retarded. He's just having fun, and then comes you trying to be James Bond. Like, imagine if I try to do this like that. Hi, I'm David. I will teach you. I will teach you. Go get a car. Go get a 6-pack. Go get a mansion. I will teach you that. My buddy will teach you how to make money. Go buy his course. He will teach you how to get in shape. Go buy his course. He will teach you how to get a car. Go get a course. Okay. Once you get that, girls will look at you and say, this guy is attractive because I have a checklist in my mind and I will watch that checklist. And that's what I will do. Like that's what you sound like. That's what you look like. And although I'm exaggerating it here a little bit, it's not really that far off from what you actually look like. It's actually very close. I see this all day, bro, when I go out. I swear to God, I see all the guys. They're stiff. Actual stiff. And not in a good way, like in a bad way. They're stiff. It's just, hi, I'm John. And it's like, relax. Like your voice sounds different when you relax. The vibe is different. Like your hair is all fucked up. All of this is fucked up and it's fine. It's your vibe. That look at this. Look at what I have here. Look at the, I don't have a light on. I don't have anything on. Why are you still watching? The vibe. Like you can go out dressed like this. I just came off the gym here. Just fresh off the gym. Look at my hair. Go out like this. Okay, all this external shit that you think you need, the car, the house, the shape, the body, the this, the that, the face, the looks, Maximus Magillus punching yourself in the face, it's not real. It doesn't have as much of an impact as you think. It really doesn't. You just need to work on your internal, your vibe, your energy. That does most of the lifting. Otherwise, you're going to attract girls that just like that. Gold diggers. You don't want a gold digger. Do you? No. You want a girl that's attracted to your vibe. So you just need that. You don't need anything else. All you need is your vibe. It's that simple. A good vibe. Nothing else. Vibe. Just go out. Don't get ready. You know, a lot of guys like to get ready, especially my generation of guys. They just like to get ready and like to 2 hours to get. They look like women. They look like women, right? The looks maxing crowd. Like, you know what they should do? Like, Clavicular should go out and try to be as ugly as he can and still get girls to like him. I did that a lot of times. For a long time, I would just go out in the shittiest clothes I could. No style. I have a t-shirt that has a big hole in here. A big hole. And I go out in that. Pants. Sneakers. I would slay it. Because then you get to develop the thing. Otherwise, you're like this jiu-jitsu guy that thinks that you learn jiu-jitsu by going to deadlift 500 pounds and just brute force your way out of things. No. Yes, you can brute force yourself, but where's the technique? You know, where's the real sauce of what you're learning? Where's the real vibe? You know, and that's what you need to do. You need to have that, the real essence of it, not just, hi, I have a car. Or I can deadlift 500 pounds, so I'm going to just push off my body. I know that sounds gay, but stay with me. No. Where's the essence of it? The essence of pickup, the essence of talking to women, it's in fact not the material shit. Like, I'm from Brazil. You think those guys that have money? You think the guys that pick up chicks there have money? Well, some of them do, but not all of them. That's the one thing you can do. Just go there, have fun, relax. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So here and here. It's hard to come up with a question after that. Shut the fuck up. Nah, you guys are cool. Like, you're asking good questions. And all of your doubts are good. They're solid doubts. You know, most people that don't learn this, they're not going to get it right. Is there a specific... No. How? No. Does this work if the girl is a Catholic Christian? I don't think you can be a Catholic Christian. But to answer that question, yes. It works on every single type of girl. Game is universal. Works in Japan, works in Brazil, works in America, works in fucking Uzbekistan. It just fucking works. Everywhere. It works because it messes with primal shit. That's in here. In the back of the brain. Not in here. And so it works everywhere. I don't give a fuck where you are. This will work. It always works. Because girls are girls. A cat is a cat. A girl is a girl. Yes, certain cultures, you know, you do certain things. If you go to Saudi Arabia, might not be that great to just be all crazy. Yes, I agree. But the overall underneath all of that, that is what affects. To where maybe in Saudi Arabia, you need to be slower. You need to be more composed. You can't escalate as quickly. But the underlying punch behind your things, it will still affect anywhere you are. Because remember, game is not about what you do. It's not about how you do it. It's about who you are. And once you change who you are, how you see the world, you know that maybe they're a bit restricted. Maybe they are a bit more cautious. But deep down, the attraction is already there. And you just have to play it out. Because the attraction mechanism is the same. It's just that some girls take longer to like warm up or allow themselves to relax. Because 90% of the game is just girls want to be crazy and sexual. But they have to relax to do that. And in those countries like Saudi Arabia, where the culture is very intense with them, for lack of a better word, they struggle to relax that much. And you just have to let them relax. Be chill, be a cool guy, ride the wave until the wave relaxes. Talk to the girl until she feels comfortable enough and relaxed enough, and just maintain the attraction. That's how it goes. You go in, universal. You go in, you make her attracted really quickly without even trying, because you're just an attractive person. And then you keep the interaction going until she then feels relaxed and comfortable in order to physically escalate and potentially move on to the good stuff. That's it. It's really that simple. And the reason why you keep it going is because every girl is different. Every girl has their own timeline. Every girl gets relaxed. Some girls are like super relaxed. They don't give a fuck. Others do. You just got to wait it out and stay in the pocket and wait it out. What? Hello. How often? I already answered that question. 24 minutes. Okay, good. We're doing 10 more minutes. And then we'll swing by to something else. Maybe a different topic. Not just girls. I don't like to talk about just girls in this channel. I like girls, but I don't like to talk about them all the time. That's why I like them. If I talked about them all the time, I wouldn't like them so much. That's funny. What do you think about the trick where you have to picture a girl has AIDS? I know that trick. That's just gonna put them off the pedestal. Remember what I said? The girl's here, you're here. That's gonna put them off the pedestal by picturing she has AIDS, or like in a more disgusting ways. Like imagine she goes home, she has explosive diarrhea and pukes all over the bathroom, and then you walk in the bathroom and she's surrounded by puke and vomit and gross and explosive diarrhea, and she's just in the middle of it, and it all came from this beautiful woman that you see out there. Imagine that, then go talk to her. See what happens. See that? This is you. Right? You, her. You, her. You totally depedestalize them, and you'll talk to them like an actual human. Because a lot of guys don't talk to girls like they're human. They talk to them like they are goddesses, and they're not. They're human. They're flawed. They take a shit in the morning like everybody else. They have hers in their. I'm not gonna get explicit. I'm gonna get banned. But you know what I mean. They're human. Yeah, but here too. By the way, they're human. They're not this perfect little princesses that you think they are. How often should you... That's that question. Usually when I get a girl, I am doing fine, but then I always think I'm doing fine, and then I end up fucking... Yeah, that happens. When you're doing fine, you get in your state, and then you lose it because you're like, oh my God, I'm doing so fine. I'm doing fine. Right. The key is, and it happens all the time. I remember one time I was writing bulls, and I wrote this bull. I was like killing it. And as soon as I thought in my head, I got this, I fell over. Happens all the time. It's because you're not thinking, you're in flow. And by thinking that you're not thinking, you're thinking. Fuck up the flow. And the problem is that you're not used to being in the state of like just outflow. You're not used to being in the state of outflow. And then when you are, you're like, I'm doing it. You have to do it and do it and do it and do it until you can get in that state, stay in that state, and stay in it. Land the plane. When the plane takes off and you're like, I'm flying. It's like, you have to, okay. Yeah. And then you land the plane. How often? If I'm not answering your question, it's because I already answered it. How do you stay healthy while going out? You stay healthy. Like I said, you don't let it mess up your schedule. You separate at night, and then you just sleep 8 hours. Let's say instead of going out at 10, you go out at 2 to sleep. Sleep 8 hours. Wake up at 10 the next day. And besides, as long as you sleep really nice for 6 days a week, 1 day a week, sleeping bad won't kill you. It just won't. Not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctor. But it should not kill you based on my opinion. I feel like I need to be perfect. That's not just with girls. And the key is that allow yourself to be imperfect. Allow yourself to be imperfect, and then you won't judge other people's imperfections. Because if you go out there and you're like, I'm trying to find the perfect girl, is because you're not okay with your girl being imperfect. And no one's perfect. I'm not perfect. And I guarantee that you're the type of guy that fixes himself up so nicely before he goes out because he's trying to be perfect. Because he thinks the only good thing is perfect. And it's not. Everybody's imperfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. I'm very imperfect. Trust me. I have a lot of deficiencies. I'm actually fucking retarded. But guess what? I don't care. I allow myself to be retarded. I'm okay with my deficiencies and my imperfection. And therefore, when I look at a girl, I'm like, okay, I kind of like this. She does have these flaws. That's fine. I'm not perfect. I don't expect her to be perfect. And I like her even if she's not perfect. Because if you keep searching for this perfect girl, which like doesn't even exist, by the way, you will lose out on a lot. Actually, a lot. Because, for example, you'll find this girl who's like an 8 out of 10, not in terms of beauty, but in terms of chemistry. And you won't be with her because you'll find this one little thing, this one little imperfection. That's this size right here. Kind of like your micro penis. It's like this size right here. And you won't be with her because of this one little thing. There's one little thing. And I used to be like that too, by the way. I remember there was this girl. I'm not going to say her name. And I really liked her. Like, I actually liked her for real. And I remember one time, and she had a boyfriend too. Yeah. All girls have boyfriends. And I liked her and I liked her and I liked her. And it was this one little thing that I considered to be imperfect, which is one day I was at a party and I saw her do something. I won't say what I saw. I was like, nah. But now that I look back, if I would have just ignore that and be like, this is a good person overall, she's kind of flawed, like me, I'm not perfect, I actually would have enjoyed my time with that girl. And we would have had a nice relationship overall. And by the way, that is such a huge turnoff for women. When they sense that you're like trying to get them to be perfect. Because imagine if you're talking to someone and they want you to be perfect and they don't accept any of your imperfections, you won't be able to be with that person for long. Does looks help you? No. Not as you think. Looks don't help you as much. Looks get you in the door, but if you suck, you will go. Exactly. A lot of times you see girls say, oh, he's so handsome. But then he opened his mouth and he was a dork. Happens all the time. Happened to me as well sometimes when I was younger. Before you develop your vibe, and also being good looking is not really that good. It has a bit of a curse. It's like I said about that guy who's too strong in the jiu-jitsu. Kind of has the same vibe as you. To where you're just using your looks and you don't actually develop. And then you become clavicular. Who's like, has good energy, right? He has kind of this good vibe to him. But part of it is because he's good looking. And the moment he loses that or another good looking comes up, his state comes crashing down. He has no game. He has nothing. Because it's all tied to his looks. And not only that, but you don't develop it as much as you think. It's kind of like that guy who has, in jiu-jitsu, like I said, has imperfect technique or has improper technique, but compensates with strength. You don't want to compensate with anything. Vibe should be everything you have. Make sure you're ugly. Being ugly rocks. If you're ugly, you're lucky. Say that to yourself. I'm better because I'm ugly. Say that to yourself. I'm better because I'm ugly. And you say it. Loop that in your mind. You'll be better off. Now 30 minutes goes by really quickly. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, crashing down. I'm trying to find a last question to close it off. Close off the segment really good, you know. What's the balance between, that's a good question. What's the balance between like having good vibe and money muscles game frame? Red pill type shit. It works. But to me, there's no balance. At the end of the day, vibe is all. Game trumps all. Good game. You don't need anything else. You should still get those things for yourself, but they will not help you the way you think they will. Because most of these guys, by the way, their girlfriends end up cheating on them. I know a lot of guys, older guys, have the money, had the shape, and had the cars, had everything. And the moment they lose it even a little bit, the girls cheat on them. Usually with younger, hotter guys, by the way. So if you're an older guy, don't rely just on that, because girls will cheat on you with younger guys like me. I've seen it happen way too many times. Damn. It's sad too, by the way, when you go out with like an older woman, you know, and then she's like, I'm married. It's like, oof. You pray to God. Oh, hopefully he's not a drug dealer. Hopefully it's not a drug dealer. I'm such a retard, bro. I know it's funny. I talk this way to girls too. Like how I'm talking, here's how I talk to girls. Dude, it's such retard. I said some shit to girls, bro. And I don't plan this shit. It just comes out of my head. It just comes out and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I said this. I said some crap. Some crap like you wouldn't believe. Like you wouldn't believe. I once told a girl. I once told her she was seeing this guy, and this girl's just my friend, right? And she was like, oh, this guy, but there's a lot of girls that like him too, you know? And I was like, look, as long as you're the main girl, don't give a fuck if she's fucking other 20 girls. She's like, what? It's like, yeah, just be the main chick. Just go to him and tell him, I don't care that you have all the side bitches. As long as I'm the main girl, I don't care. In fact, I like to do threesomes. That's a very important. Tell her you like to do threesomes. You'll get every guy. And I just say that shit. But you care too much about what you're saying. Is it true that girls like it when you do disgusting? What? Is it true that girls like it when you do disgusting shit like that? I'm hoping you mean like when you like blow your nose or like what? Well, I'm going to interpret that question with some leeway and give that guy the benefit of the doubt. Right? It's not that girls like it when you do disgusting shit. They just like it when you don't give a fuck. So when you have a runny nose and you blow your nose in front of them, they like it because it shows you don't care. And it makes them remember what I said about relax. If you're relaxed, they get relaxed. What do you feel, they feel. Game 101. What do you feel, they feel. What are some exercises to be more expressive? I feel like I'm very flat. If you're very flat, usually it's because you're not letting yourself be expressive. At the end of the day, this is very deep knowledge shit. At the end of the day, when you were a kid, you weren't flat. No baby, I don't even give a fuck if you're autistic. No baby comes out of the womb talking in a flat monotone tone. We all have variations. We all have speech patterns. And we all have all this crazy shit that we can modulate with our voice. And we can do it if we want. But sometimes, maybe, when you were younger, you spoke like that and your father or your mother or your teacher reprimanded you. Don't talk like that. Be serious. And now every time you talk like that, you're trying to be a resistance. But you can. The truth is all of you can talk just the way I'm talking right now. And be as expressive as you want without any sense of difficulty whatsoever. And right now I'm chilling, by the way. I wouldn't talk like this in a club because girls can't hear me. So yeah, usually it's about allowing yourself rather than filling up with technique, because I can be like talking like a lower tone and like, remember, diaphragm voice and all this shit. You'll end up like the guy who's like car, mansion, 6 foot. Hi, my name is John and I am here to talk about the thing. And then you'll end up like that. Because remember, vocal tone is just a symptom. Is just a consequence of a good inner state. I'm not thinking about my tone. I'm not thinking at all. That's a good ending right there. All of the shit that you want is not just pickup. All the shit that you want is at the other end of you managing your state, your inner state. Because state drives thoughts. Thoughts drive actions. Actions drive results. State, thought, actions, results. Change your state, you'll change your thoughts, then you'll change your actions, then you'll change what you get. I don't think about my tone. I don't think about my facial expressions. It's just flowing, flowing, flowing. Bam, 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 boom, 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 pa, flow. I didn't think I'm going to do the pam boom pam flow shit. In fact, most of the shit I'm just making up as I go. Well, I'm going to end this right here. We're going to switch on that topic, guys.